Ever been told you're too sensitive? Or maybe you were always the good kid, the one who never caused trouble, never spoke up, just kept everything inside. When we hear the word trauma, we often think of physical violence or extreme events. But trauma is not just about what happened, it's about what was missing, what was too much, or what hurt in silence. Let's break down the common types of childhood trauma through real, relatable experiences you might recognize. 1. Physical trauma, the most obvious form. It includes hitting, slapping, being shaken, or physically punished in ways that leave marks, not just on the body, but on the nervous system. As a child, this teaches fear. As an adult, you might flinch at loud voices or freeze during confrontation, even if no one touches you. And now, as an adult, you find it hard to trust, express yourself, or even know what you're really feeling. These aren't random traits. They may be rooted in childhood trauma, not just one kind, but many forms we often overlook. 2. Emotional abuse. This one's quieter and often more invisible. Maybe you were constantly told, "Stop crying. You're being dramatic," or compared to others in a way that made you feel not enough. Emotional trauma chips away at self-worth. Now, you might be hyper-aware of rejection or rely heavily on validation. 3. Neglect. Not being seen, heard, or cared for. Neglect isn't just being left alone at home. It's emotional emptiness, a parent who was physically present, but emotionally distant. If no one asked, "How are you really feeling?" you may have learned to shut down or self-soothe in silence. 4. Witnessing domestic violence, even if you were never touched. Hearing screaming, breaking things, or watching a parent cry, that's trauma too. It teaches you that home isn't always safe. And now, your body may react to stress by going into survival mode even when nothing's wrong. 5. Parentification. Were you the responsible one? Taking care of siblings, mediating fights, or supporting a parent emotionally? That's parentification. And when a child becomes the adult, it might have made you feel useful, but it robbed you of your childhood. And now, you may struggle to ask for help or feel guilty when resting. 6. Unpredictable or inconsistent parenting. One day they were loving, the next cold or angry. You never knew what mood to expect, so you became hypervigilant, reading the room, people-pleasing, staying small. As an adult, this often turns into anxiety, difficulty with trust, or choosing emotionally unavailable partners. If you see yourself in any of these, you're not weak. You were surviving. These responses weren't flaws, they were adaptations. Your inner child learned to protect you the best way they could. And as painful as it is, sometimes our parents caused this hurt, but often they weren't trying to be harmful. Many of them never had the tools, the support, or the healing they needed themselves. If emotional neglect runs in generations, how can we expect someone to give what they never received? This isn't about excusing behavior. It's about freeing yourself from the guilt of why they were that way. And maybe, just maybe, opening the door to empathy, boundaries, or even reconnection. You're allowed to acknowledge the pain, and you're allowed to grow past it. Healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means remembering with compassion for yourself and maybe even for them. Was there a part of this video that hit close to home? Share your story in the comments. Someone else might really need to hear it. And if you want us to cover something deeper, leave a topic suggestion below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It helps grow the space where healing is possible, one heart at a time.